Want to learn how to make creamy, delicious coconut milk whipped cream? Watch this video to learn my 2 simple methods. Hey meal preppers, it's Allison, Prep Dish founder. I'm here to help you create a happier, healthier mealtime. So this video is a result of a lot of misses. I've made coconut milk whipped cream so many times. Sometimes it's a total success, but sometimes it's a complete flop. And this topic has also generated a lot of debate in our Facebook group. So I finally dug in and did some research, and what I've come up with are 2 simple methods for coconut whipped cream, plus a few tips to avoid the mishap. Lessons that I've learned the hard way. Okay, so let's get started with how to make coconut milk whipped cream. The first coconut whipped cream method is using a hand mixer. You can also use a stand mixer for this method. Start by chilling 1 can full-fat coconut milk and your mixing bowl in the fridge for 24 to 48 hours. Make sure to avoid light coconut milk, which is basically watered down. The fat here is key. And don't even think about using the cartons of coconut milk. Now place the chilled can upside down on the counter and remove the lid. There will be some liquid left over. Store that separately for smoothies. I like to freeze this into ice cube trays to use later on. Now you're going to place the cream that remains into your mixing bowl. Blend using your mixer for a minute or 2 until light and fluffy. From here, add 1 teaspoon vanilla extract and 1 tablespoon sweetener of choice. Honey, maple syrup, or you could even add a few drops of stevia. I've also made this with 0 sweetener and it's still quite tasty. The second coconut milk whipped cream method is my personal favorite, and that's using an ISI whipped cream dispenser. This method is also the most fun. As with the first method, you'll want to make sure the fat content is high enough. But with this method, I take 1 can of full fat coconut milk and add in 2 to 3 tablespoons of coconut oil. It depends on the fat content of the coconut milk, which surprisingly will vary from brand to brand. I'll then also add the 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and 1 tablespoon of sweetener of choice. Again, sometimes I skip the sweetener altogether. As you can see, I put the entire mixture directly into the dispenser. Now you'll need to set up the dispenser by adding the Nitrous Oxide charger. Don't be intimidated by this step. It's really quite simple. And in case you're wondering, the chargers are quite inexpensive. I'll link everything below. I'm going to shake really well. Now you will refrigerate everything together for at least 3 to 4 hours, although to be honest, I have gotten by with only refrigerating for 1 hour and successfully made coconut whipped cream. After the mixture has had time to refrigerate and cool, you're going to shake everything really well, and voila, you'll have whipped coconut milk cream. You can keep this mixture in your fridge for up to 1 week. So as you can see, this is a much nicer presentation with the dispenser, and it's also a lot more fun if you have guests. So the #1 key to avoiding soggy, curdled coconut whipped cream, believe me, I've had that, is selecting the appropriate brand of coconut milk. So the brand you choose can make a huge impact on the final product. There are 2 key things that you're gonna wanna look for in your coconut milk. One is the fat content. I talked about this earlier, but the higher the fat content, the better. We get around that a little bit in the dispenser method because I'm adding the coconut oil, but it's still important to have a high fat content coconut milk. So the second thing to look for is guar gum. I've actually found that coconut milk with guar gum makes for better coconut milk whipped cream, especially in the dispenser method, because I think otherwise it can have a tendency to separate, and the guar gum helps bind everything together. So my top recommended coconut milk brand for coconut milk whipped cream is Thai Kitchen. And then the brand that I really don't recommend when making coconut milk whipped cream is Trader Joe's coconut milk. So I put together an extensive list of all the different coconut milks out there and where they rank in terms of making coconut whipped cream. I hope my methods on how to make a healthy whipped cream were helpful. Now the best decision, maybe the toughest decision, is what are you gonna do with that dairy-free whipped cream? I wanna hear from you. Are you gonna put it on top of cookies or pies or a cake? Or maybe on top of coffee or hot cocoa? Keep in mind that if you have friends or family with dietary restrictions, whether it's someone that needs a low carb dessert, a keto dessert, maybe a vegan dessert, this is a great way to start, is with this coconut whipped cream, and then add it to whatever the favorite dessert is, but it just makes it a lot more special with the whipped cream. Also, let me know in the comments below if you plan to try out the whipped cream dispenser. I know it can be intimidating, but it really is a lot of fun, so I hope you will give that a try. So everything that I've used in today's video is linked below. I'm also including a link for 2 weeks free of my time-saving meal plans. I've got gluten-free, paleo, and keto options. If this video was helpful, be sure to subscribe, share with a friend, and hit that like button so I know to make more videos like this. See you in the next one.